Picture this: Intel, after years of lagging behind, finally launches its breakthrough process, 18A. The tech world is watching, investors are hopeful, and Intel is finally back in the game. But just as the celebration begins, CEO Pat Gelsinger drops a bombshell. Intel is fast-tracking the next leap, 14A. Instead of basking in their 18A victory, Intel is already sprinting toward an even more ambitious goal. The industry is stunned. Is this boldness or recklessness? Investors, craving stability, get nervous. Why not perfect 18A first? The sudden pivot raises questions. Is 18A not as strong as claimed, or is this pure confidence? Intel's move creates tension, admiration for their ambition, but anxiety over biting off too much. In semiconductors, standing still means falling behind, but moving too fast can be just as dangerous. Is this a distraction from problems, or a sign of a company determined to lead again? This single announcement has become the defining moment for Intel's future. The stakes? Nothing less than the company's reputation and its place at the top of the industry. The world is watching to see if Intel can deliver, or if this gamble will backfire. Let's decode these numbers, 18A and 14A. They're not just names, they're generations of chip-making tech, measured in angstroms, 1/10 of a nanometer. Smaller numbers mean more transistors packed onto a chip, unlocking more power and efficiency. 18A is Intel's current flagship, introducing innovations like Power Via, which delivers power from the back of the chip for better performance. This leap finally puts Intel back in the race with TSMC and Samsung. 14A is the next frontier, smaller, denser, and even more efficient. Jumping from 18A to 14A isn't just a shrink, it's a massive technical challenge, demanding new manufacturing techniques and billion-dollar machines. Each new node means faster processors, longer battery life, and more powerful AI. For consumers, it's the promise of better devices that run cooler and last longer. For Intel, leading at 14A could mean reclaiming the crown from TSMC and Samsung. These numbers are more than specs, they're the scoreboard in the global chip race. Whoever gets there first shapes the future of tech. And right now, Intel is betting everything on getting there ahead of everyone else. Intel's superpower was always its ability to design and manufacture chips in-house. This IDM model let them control every step, optimizing design and production for decades of dominance. But delays in their manufacturing roadmap let TSMC surge ahead, turning Intel's strength into a weakness. Competitors like Apple and AMD, who outsource manufacturing, started using TSMC's advanced factories, leaving Intel behind. Now, the race to 18A and 14A is about more than just faster chips. It's about proving Intel's fabs are world-class again. Gelsinger's plan? Not just make chips for Intel but open their factories to others, competing head-to-head with TSMC. To win, Intel's process must be so good that other chip designers choose their fabs. Every successful node is a step toward rebuilding their manufacturing empire. If Intel leads in manufacturing, they lead the industry. If not, they risk becoming just another chip designer fighting for space in someone else's factory. The battle is in the factory, and it's all or nothing. Gelsinger's decision to accelerate 14A is a high-stakes gamble. If Intel pulls it off, they could leapfrog TSMC and Samsung, forcing the world's top tech companies to use Intel's fabs. It's a bold message. The old slow Intel is gone, now they're setting the pace. This can energize engineers and impress the market, but the risks are huge. Overpromising and under-delivering has haunted Intel before. A stumble now could shatter fragile confidence. The financial risk is massive. Billions in R&D and equipment all spent sooner than planned. If 14A doesn't pay off quickly, Intel could face a financial hole. Gelsinger is betting the company's future on flawless execution. It's a strategy that could be genius, or a disaster. The world will remember whichever it turns out to be. For Intel, there's no middle ground. Investors have long complained that Intel moved too slow, losing ground to AMD and TSMC. Gelsinger's promise of 5 nodes in 4 years was a bold answer, and 18A's launch seemed to prove the turnaround. But now, with the sudden 14A announcement, the fear is Intel's moving too fast. Investors worry that splitting focus could mean neither 18A nor 14A gets done right. High yields and profitability matter as much as innovation. Wall Street values steady execution over risky moonshots. Intel's new strategy is a series of high-stakes bets, potentially huge rewards, but magnified risks. Investors are torn. Is this the comeback they wanted, or a reckless sprint? They want a marathon, not a burnout. Intel is asking them to believe in a sprint to the finish. The stakes have never been higher. So, what does all this mean for actual products? Enter Panther Lake, Intel's next-gen chips, the first built on 18A. For gamers, this could mean higher frame rates, better ray tracing, and longer battery life. Panther Lake is Intel's chance to prove 18A isn't just hype, it's a game changer. If these chips outperform AMD and Apple, Intel's manufacturing comeback is real. Now, the rumor mill, a PlayStation 6 handheld. Such a device would need a chip that's both powerful and ultra-efficient, exactly what 18A and 14A promise. If Panther Lake delivers, Intel could become a real contender for powering the next generation of gaming, both at home and on the go. The battle for the future of gaming hardware is just heating up. If pushing technology forward is good, why did Intel's stock drop after the 14A announcement? It's all about risk and money. Wall Street had just started trusting the 18A roadmap. Then Intel changed the script. Investors fear the company is stretching itself too thin, raising questions about execution and possible problems with 18A. The market hates uncertainty, and this move brought plenty. Plus, accelerating 14A means billions in spending sooner, squeezing short-term profits. The stock drop was a vote of no confidence in the timing, not the technology. Investors want proof of success before the next big leap. For now, the market is wary of Intel's high-speed strategy. So, should Intel focus on perfecting 18A or risk everything racing to 14A? One side says, master 18A, rebuild trust, and deliver flawless execution before chasing the next big thing. This approach is safer, restores confidence, and builds a solid foundation. The other side argues, in this industry, standing still is fatal. Only relentless ambition, pushing for 14A now, can leapfrog the competition and reclaim leadership. Gelsinger's bet is that Intel can do both, but the risks are enormous. The reward, total market dominance. The risk, spreading too thin and failing at both. Intel stands at a crossroads, steady progress or all-out sprint. What do you think? Let us know in the comments.